Hello guys, and what is up? It is Striker here, and welcome to my Zero Sanity, Zero Evidence Guide for Phasmophobia. So I'm going to be teaching you guys basically how to guess as many ghosts as possible during the first hunt, and hopefully guess the ghosts within the first few hunts. Now unfortunately, it's not possible to guess every single ghost in the game in only one hunt, even if you have the breaker on, just because of the fact that there are some ghosts in the game that simply don't have any hunting traits whatsoever, and the only way to really identify them is by their behaviors outside of hunts, or to see how long they take to hunt again after being smudged. So examples would be demon and spirits. You would have to time like how frequently they hunt after you smudge them. The demon can hunt before a minute and 30 seconds. The spirit can only hunt after 3 minutes have passed. And then, of course, there are ghosts like Mare, Goryo, Yurei, Onryo, like ghosts that just kind of are a little tricky and usually require a little bit more detective work to figure out and can be quite risky as well. So we're going to be using these settings, basically. These are my usual, like, I call it Zero Sanity light settings because, you know, it's Zero Sanity, Zero Evidence with the breaker on. It's kind of forgiving. I have a 1 second grace period. I don't have it on zero. Zero, honestly, I do not like playing with. However, I do play with zero on my Apocalypse Minus setting, which I got from the most recent challenge mode. So, yeah. Anyways, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and start. We're going to play on Willow Street, because I feel like Willow is one of the easiest maps to do this on, just because of the living room being right there, and the couch, of course. So, yeah. First three things we're going to bring in is a crucifix, a smudge stick, and some salt. This is obviously crucifix, so that the ghost doesn't hunt directly on top of our looping spots while we're there. We can also see if the ghost is in the first room. Salt, of course, to test for Wraith and Gayu during the first hunt. Let's go ahead and throw that there. It's a male ghost. It's not a Gayu or a Wraith. Doesn't seem to be an Oni. It's messing with the doors a lot. Doesn't seem to be an Obake. Doesn't seem to be a Phantom. Doesn't seem to be a Raiju, possibly. We're going to go ahead and throw the smudge stick down at 45 seconds on the clock. So we ruled out so many veins there, basically. I could be wrong on it being a Raiju. I didn't check until later. But as you can see, we ruled out plenty of veins there. So now we're getting into... okay, well, is the ghost a... oh, I forgot to throw this down. Is the ghost a... you know, Oni... Or, sorry, not Oni. A spirit or a demon? Or am I going to have to start doing some detective work? So, yeah. Right now, we are basically looking for the ghost to hunt at... I'm going to set this here. And then we'll set this here. There we go. We're basically looking for the ghost to hunt after 1 minute and 45 seconds have passed, and we're trying to see if it hunts before 2 minutes 15 seconds, or see if it waits even longer and waits till like 3. Oh, okay, it is a demon through and through. That is Demon 101. And as you can see there, we just did a shade test. So if this had been a shade, it wouldn't have been able to blow out that candle right there, which would have led me to believe it might have been a shade. Had it not hunted, you know, at the 1 minute mark, like literally on the dot, basically. So we can now go ahead and leave. So let's see what all I guessed just off that first hunt, right? Let's go ahead and go. So I heard that the ghost was normal speed, so this automatically marks out Dion, a Swang, Diogen, Hantu, Moroi. Also, I can hear it very well, so that marked out Myling, Obambo, Revenant. I did test during the hunt. It was not a Raiju. Faye, I saw that it stepped in salt. It was not a Wraith. I also saw that it stepped over the other salt and did not speed up. It was not a Gayu. It also came to me, so it was not a Yokai. So these were basically all... Oh, and also twins. These were basically all the other options that I was left with, including the Mimic, which could honestly still be. Obviously, the ghost is a male, so Banshee was not an option. So these were literally all the ghosts that I was guessed with. Cormos, I was sure that it wasn't a Cormos just because of the fact that it would have been faster whenever it heard me call it on the radio. It was not. It was not an Obake, it was not an Oni, it was not a Phantom. These were the three blinking patterns that we were looking for. It was not a Poltergeist because of the throw rate. So essentially all I had left was Yurei, Mimic, Shade, Spirit, Onryo, Goryo, Demon, and Mare. And of course, it was a demon. So yeah, that's basically going to be the flow of the matches. Try to rule out as many ghosts in one hunt as you can, and then go from there. Let's go again. Run it back. We'll do a few matches just to kind of demonstrate a little bit more. So again, we start off with Crucifix, Salt, Smudge Stick, and of course our headgear is to test for Raiju. So all right. Sounds like the ghost is slightly slower and it's downstairs. Speeding up with LOS. Oh, this looks like it could be the new Yoast. So these are really the only options that we have. The Yoast starting out slow hunt for the first hunt means that it is a basically it's not a Hantu. It's not slow enough to be a Hantu. It also sped up with LOS. We are dealing with an Obambo, a Aswan, or a Twins, and I believe, if I am correct, we are currently dealing with the Aswan. So the way the Aswan works is that it speeds up faster during the hunt as it gains line of sight speed up. So they changed it to where most ghosts before, actually all ghosts before, would speed up. They would reach max speed at 13 seconds. Now it's like 25 seconds, except for the Aswan, which speeds up faster than every other ghost in the game. So yeah. We're basically going to stay right here and let the ghost see us. It is slow again, which leads me to believe that it definitely, I'm still leaning towards it being in a swan. And of course it's staying downstairs. That's lovely. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since the ghost is downstairs, I'm going to carry my crucifix down there. And I'm going to stay at the front of the hall. Yep. Yep. It definitely sounds like it's speeding up at around normal speed. That's going to be the newest one. And when I say normal speed, I mean like original normal speed. So there's another kind of like goofy way that you can test for a swan, which is you basically hide in a hiding spot, and as soon as the ghost tries to kill you in the hiding spot, basically it'll just end the hunt immediately, and the next time it hunts, it'll have a 0 grace period. I'm unsure of whether this is intended or if it's a bug, but it's kind of like a niche thing that seems like it could be intended, because the way that the weakness is described is it says that they prefer chasing rather than searching. So I guess the idea is that it just gives up if you're in the closet, because like I don't even care anymore, which I find very funny if that's supposed to be the intent. All right. Hunting downstairs again. I think we know what ghost this is, boys. It's a Moroi. Okay. So Moroi, of course, whenever you're at 0 sanity, is really fast. It's about 2.25 meters per second, I believe. On top of that, it's also where's Moroi? There it is. On top of that, it is also able to speed up with line of sight, and that was way faster than something like a fast twin, or way faster than something like, you know, a Obambo. Of course, it couldn't have been an Obambo. Obambo will always start in the calm state at the beginning of the match, and then it'll switch to its aggressive state 1 minute in, and then on every odd number of the match, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 onward, it will basically change like back and forth between slow and fast. So again, it starts slow, at 1 minute it's fast, at 3 minutes it's slow, at 5 minutes it's fast, so on and so forth. So it wasn't going to be that. Did I guess Moroi? I think I did. I don't think I did, actually. I don't remember if I guessed Moroi or not. If I didn't, it's fine. Hang on 1 second. There we go. We've already gotten like a few games done in like only 13 minutes, so not going bad so far. Downstairs again. It sounds normal though. Looks like it could be an Oni. Yeah, that's an Oni. So how can I tell it's an Oni? Just by the blinking pattern. Okay, and of course, you know, if I want to, I can always go and check for ghost orbs. You know, if you're really worried about, you know, losing a 50-50 to a mimic, you know, absolutely go check for ghost orbs. I currently am just, you know, being like, okay, we're trying to show how to identify these ghosts, basically. It's not about whether or not I get the ghost correct. It's more so like, it can be a mimic, it's still an Oni. But like, I'm just trying to show you basically like how to determine the ghost. So in that instance, it was an Oni because of its blinking pattern. But of course, these could always be mimics as well. And the way to, you know, if you want, you smudge the ghost and then go check for ghost orbs basically while you have the chance. So. We haven't gotten a hard ghost yet. I am due for one. Go and hold in the crucifix. Turn that on. And we are set up. Normal ghost. I think it could possibly be a Jinn. There's two guesses that I have right now. It was getting random speed ups, and I was like, okay, well, it's either a Jinn or it's a basically, I'll show you what I'm like between right now. I am between these two ghosts right here, Jinn or uh, bu- 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 Jinn or Tormos. These are the two ghosts that I'm between right now. Okay, so I'm gonna stand over here. Okay, it's a Jinn. So the thing with Jinn is when the breaker is on, and only when the breaker is on, basically it has the ability to speed up whenever you are farther than 3 meters away from it. So basically it is speeding up right as it comes into the room because it sees me at a distance. And then whenever it gets closer, it starts slowing back down to the normal speed up process, and then whenever I get further away, it'll start speeding up again. So that is going to be a Jinn. I'm basically going to keep going until I get one of these wrong. So this could end up being like a pretty long video, honestly. It could end up being like another 15 minutes or so. I'll probably end up getting it wrong whenever I get down to a situation where it's between like a Yurei, Mare, Goryo, etc. I haven't been checking ghost names, but I could have like marked out Banshee Dion like all of those times basically. Now I cannot mark out Banshee Dion. Do not follow my example. Every single time that you start a match, always check what the ghost name is. Normal ghost. I think this could be the Cormos. It's a little bit confusing, but I think that's the Cormos. So I think what's happening there is that it's chasing me at normal speed because it hears me, and then I stop moving, and it like basically, yeah. So I think I have a better idea of how this ghost works. So the Cormos can basically hear you. It's a blind ghost, meaning that if you're not moving at all, it cannot see you. It can still kill you if it accidentally walks into you, but basically, if it hears you, like, stepping, it will follow your location. And if it doesn't detect you, but then it suddenly detects you, it will speed up to get to your location, basically. Otherwise, it'll chase you normally, because it hears you. So I believe that that's how the Cormos works. And of course, like, if it detects your electronics and stuff, it works the same way. So, yeah. I've been doing pretty good, just saying. Let's go ahead and buy some more equipment. First of all, like, do I have access to the Tier 2? I do not have access to the Tier 2. We want to get Tier 2 paramic, Tier 2 photo camera for extra money. We do not want sound sensor, that's garbage. We can go ahead and get Tier 2 video camera for extra money as well. For later, not for, like, this video, of course, but just for me. Tier 2 thermometer, absolutely. Tier 2 ghost writing book, absolutely. Tier 2 spirit bots, absolutely. And Tier 2 dots, absolutely. So that's what we're gonna get all of right now. Yeah, we're gonna get all of that right now. Anyways, let's continue. Sorry about that. Guessing Cormos on 0 sanity, 0 evidence is a little awkward, mainly because it goes against the idea of the usual loop. Because the usual loop before was, you know, call the ghost to you with the radio, and it still is. But the thing is that if you do that with a Cormos, it's gonna speed up. So you're gonna have to look out for that specifically, I guess. And there we go. Sounds like normal speed. Mel Ghost. Oh, that's a dangerous ghost. I wonder what ghost this is, guys. Okay. Not even gonna say what that ghost was. It should have been inherently obvious. Where is... There it is. Alright, next. We're just kind of on a roll right now, aren't we? Thankfully, we haven't gotten the ghost in the living room yet. As soon as we do, we'll have to, like, be a little bit smarter. Great. I think this could be a miling. I forgot to check the timer. We're gonna say 30 seconds. Okay. I think it possibly could be a miling because I didn't really hear it until it seemed to be in the kitchen. Unfortunately, I don't have the tier 2 headgear to be able to test for miling that easily, but its footsteps in general just sound kind of quiet to me. So, let's go ahead and take this. We can take this too if we want to, and then we'll take the other, what's it called? So we're looking for the ghost to hunt at past 2 minutes, basically. If it's a miling, it's gonna hunt past 2 minutes, and of course before 3:30. Not necessarily because that's something that it does, but it's just more so like you know. So you might be wondering, why did I grab the parabolic mic? Parabolic. Oh, let me actually go ahead and mark out everything that it's not. It's not a Dion. It's not a Swang. It's not a Gaio. Not a Dio. Not a Hantu. Not a Jin. Not a Cormos. Not a Moroi. Not an Obake. Not a Bambo. Not an Oni. Not a Phantom. Not a. I'll retest those two as well. Not that. Not that. Not that. And not that. Alright, should be able to hunt now. So the reason I grabbed the parabolic is because the thing with miling, you gonna hunt before 3 minutes, or are you really gonna wait until 3 minutes is up? Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, absolutely. This is not a spirit, right? It needs to hunt before 3:30. Oh, Lord. I just slammed the door. Is it okay, it did hunt before 3:30, good. Okay. Yeah, it's a miling, alright. So the thing with miling as well, I pulled out the parabolic. Unfortunately, I can't really test it right now. But basically, the miling is the only ghost in the game that can do multiple parabolic noises within 80 seconds. So normally, whenever ghosts do parabolic noises, I have heard that they can only do them on intervals of 80 seconds or later. However, the miling can do multiple within 80 seconds. So that is what I have heard. I could be wrong on that. Please fact check me if I am wrong. I don't want to spread misinformation at the expense of what I have heard. But that is going to be a miling. Miling is a little bit trickier to test without, you know, a headlamp, just to be able to see if it starts flickering like as you hear the ghost. But I think I've gotten pretty good at being able to test for miling. So, okay, now we have a huge help now, because now we have the tier 2 crucifix, which has 2 burns. And it has more range as well, so. We're gonna keep going, we haven't lost yet. The next thing that's gonna help is gonna be the tier 3 salt. Not that it really matters, but... See, I don't understand why this crucifix is, like, in full view, but the other two are not. Like, this crucifix being in full view, I like this. Alright, so we now have a situation where that's kind of awkward. So we're gonna go in here instead. Ghost room finally spawned in there. And so we're gonna do this and hope that the ghost is not a child model or a crawling model, because I hate crawling ghosts, bro. my, the ghost is actually downstairs. It's... Huh. I have a sneaking suspicion as to what the ghost is. So don't get faked out right here, right? Because this is a situation where I actually am suspect of a mimic. I believe, I don't know how that happened, but I am definitely suspect of mimic right now, because I'm pretty sure those were Oni blinks, but for some reason the ghost hunted in the front of the house, even though the ghost in the second hunt hunted from downstairs. Alright. Strange. Very peculiar indeed. Could it really just be an Oni? That is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Okay, yeah, it's actually just an Oni. So, it hunted at the front of the house for some reason? But then automatically decided to change ghost rooms to downstairs. Like, you honestly see why I was confused about that, right? Like, why would it hunt... Why would it hunt, like, in the front of the house and then suddenly change ghost rooms all the way down to the, like, bottom of the house? So my immediate thought was, like, is it, like, a mimic? Like, did it mimic a wraith ability or something and automatically hunt directly on top of me, trying to, like, snap my neck? And then go back down to its hunting room or whatever and become an Oni? Like, that's legitimately what I thought happened for a second. Like, I kid you not. So, I don't know what that was all about. So I guess while I'm like doing this, and you know what the funny thing is, right? I've been seeing nothing but like nonstop complaints on Reddit about how like, oh, you know, they made this update for the casual player base, but what about all the people who play like, you know, serious modes like high difficulty, zero sanity, zero evidence. So here I am doing it, and I'm having like absolutely zero issues, as you can see. So I mean, not to like discredit those people's claims or anything, but skill issue? Alright, so this is not going to be a Aswan, or which means that our two options are twins. I think I'm pretty good at telling the speed difference now, so I actually think I know which one it is. But basically, it's not an Aswan. Of course, it's not any ghost that has like normal movement speed. It's not a Hantu because it started speeding up with LOS. So basically, our only options are Obombo and twins. So, like, why is it not a, an Aswan? Obviously, it would have been speeding up faster as it was chasing me. Not a Banshee Dion, of course, because Ghost. It's not any normal speed movement Speed Ghost. It's not a Hantu because it was speeding up with LOS. Same thing with a Thaye. Of course, Thaye would have been faster anyways right at the start, unless it was a Mimic that was mimicking an H Thaye, which it was not. So basically, we were between Twins and Obombo. Right now I'm leaning towards Obombo because of the way the speed sounded, which means that if it hunts right now, which it is, it should come upstairs and be fast right now. And I can actually hear it downstairs right now. It is indeed fast. So as you can see, the ghost is fast right now. So the next time that the ghost hunts will be during the slow state, right? Hopefully the ghost can hunt. If the ghost could hunt, like right before, I won't be able to though. We were kind of hoping that the ghost would have hunted a little bit earlier so that it could hunt again before the 3-minute timer is up, and then come upstairs so we could hear the speed change in real time, go from like fast to slow. But this is going to be an Obombo, 1,000,000%.
Still on Phasmo?
Yeah, I'm here. Give me 1 second, TJ. Sorry about that, if you heard my friend speaking. So anyways. I guess that after this, that's going to be my last match. I was planning on going until I lost a match, but one of my friends has appeared to join me, so I'm going to be talking to him soon for a little bit. But basically, the ghost should be slow now if it is an Obombo. If it's fast, I would have thought twins. But as you can hear, it is slow. And it's not throwing like any stuff here, so that is going to be an Obombo. We didn't get to catch the speed in real time, but I'm able to tell just because of the speed itself. Basically, the Obombo is ever so slightly slower than a slow twin whenever it's in its calm state, and I believe that it is ever so slightly faster than a fast twin whenever it is in its other state. So that is going to be an Obombo. And of course, it can only swap these states on every other odd number of the match. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, onward and onward. People like to say it's every 2 minutes. It's much easier to remember now that we have a watch if you just count by the like odd numbers basically, because that's when it switches its states. If it was every 2 minutes, then it would stay calm at the beginning of the match until 2 minutes. That's obviously not the case. Instead, it's switching on odds basically. That's a better way to remember it. So anyways, that's going to be it for me. Nice 40-minute video. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this guide. You got to see like a whole bunch of different ghosts. You didn't get to see any hard ghosts, unfortunately, but I might do this again if anybody wants me to. So, yeah.